UK Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. Delighted to have 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beem in the booth. I'm Luke Elvey, and it's a good morning to Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide some great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, it looks like this player is aiming to beat Lexi Thompson, which very few people can boast. This should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Luke, Lexi's young but has been on tour for about 30-40 years, it seems. She's been playing forever. She doesn't lack in experience. She can do it all. Not to mention, you'll be looking at her back for most of the day because she'll outdrive you.
Yes, Lexi loves the long ball, and so do we. Good luck in this rivalry, because when Lexi gets on top, it's very hard to beat her. Well, this should find the short grass. Second shot here on the first. And here we are with the third shot. This putt about 11 feet in distance. This one's tracking. Oh, that's frustrating. An opportunity to make a par here. Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
Playing from around 150 yards here. And choosing the 8-iron here.
They're going with a bit more club here. Let's see if it was the right call.
All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out. Little birdie look in here.
Wonderful shot. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
And after that effort, that's how it looks. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4, elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Yeah, well played.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
20 feet to the hole.
This for a birdie run.
If that's the right pace, this should drop. That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
A chance to get to 3 under with this putt. Get in the hole. Oh, what an excellent time to make a big putt like that. And you bet their rival knows just what happened. And it's worth taking another look at that one.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
Leading by a shot after that hole. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
A par putt on the table. Nice little putt to hole, that one.
This player is putting for fun.
The 6th hole at Riviera is one of the most famous par 3s on the West Coast, Rich. An absolute beauty.
It looks like a giant green donut with the bunker right in the center of the green, doesn't it? I love this hole.
They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Well, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
Yeah, Seve would be envious of this one. What a chip in.
Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it, but again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here. That'll
sting a bit. What's in front of them, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Mark it down, that's birdie number 5. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. And just now, Tiger Woods is coming off a birdie on the last, which will take him to just 2 strokes off the lead.
And gaining ground on the leader. Things are getting tight coming down the stretch.
Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate. Pretty good shot there.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. Now a 3-shot lead over the field. Going with the 8-iron here.
This needs to go a little bit right once it lands.
Scorecard filled with 3s never hurts. Good putt to make this. It was on a good line. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
Yep, tracking well.
Yep, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
Wow, that's bold. Time for the second shot at the 10th. Well done. That takes the pressure off the putt. That's a chip to be proud of.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
And that's for birdie. Well holed. And that will take him to 6 under. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Well played, mate. Getting ready to play their third. Currently leading by 3. A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
That will drop, and it will extend the lead.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She got one back on that last hole.
So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. So, still currently in the lead after that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevent you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Here's Lexi Thompson. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Chance to move to 8 under here.
This is their look at birdie.
Oh, what a great stroke. That one had eyes for it the whole way. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. Currently in first position.
Oh, and they increase their lead. This is impressive, Luke, but can they hold up this play?
Rich, the 13th hole. Slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Not sure if that's how they drew it up.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, Luke. This is a surprise, missing this one.
This would be a great par putt if you can make this.
This is looking solid, what they wanted.
That will work. Sitting at -8 for the day. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
That's just inside the range. Setting up here with a very long putt. Ouch, that hurts. It's just about 3 feet away. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Nice line. Wow, that's classy. Good save from there.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee. Great recovery.
Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And looking at the standings now, and they're currently in first place, ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Outstanding shot. High quality. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
He's got to be careful this doesn't get away from him here. This is downhill.
This is a good chance. Super shot, that. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
Well, that was a good strike. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Now a 3-shot lead over the field. Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. It's on a great line. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
And this one is for her par. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Leading by 4 strokes after that one. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome-looking second.
Taking aim from about 180 yards here. Going with the 5-iron here. Well, they'd love a little bounce to the right here.
Taking things up a notch in this Lexi Thompson rivalry. That shot will add some fuel to the fire.
He knows if he can get this putt to drop, he'll win the event. This one has eyes for the hole. Well, a spectacular week comes to a close. Congratulations to the Genesis Invitational winner, Riviera, the home of your champion.
It was a Hollywood ending for this winner. What a performance all week long.
And Henny, it goes without saying that this player dominated their rival today.
Yes, Luke, we doubted them, but they got the job done and they took down their hero. The rivalry is theirs and theirs alone, and they can boast about this on social media for, well, weeks now.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elving. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.